Welcome to How to Survive. We're here to get you through the stuff that can kill you.
Oh, you mean like bear attacks and earthquakes and fires?
Totally. And the stuff that makes you wish you were dead.
Yeah, like having your heart broken or peeing your pants a second time.
Check, check, check.
Yeah. We should just play the music.
Yeah.
Ground is shaking under our feet. Mountains on fire, flooding in the street. Can't breathe the air, can't fight the feeling. Gobbling down Xanax ain't the way to be dealing. Gotta do better than just getting high. We gotta stick together if we're gonna survive. Ooh, how to survive. Ooh, how to survive.
Hey, welcome to How to Survive. This is Kristine. Hey, welcome to How to Survive with Danielle and Kristine. My name's Kristine Kimmel.
And I'm Danielle Koenig.
Hey, we're off to a hot start.
We are. We're so hot.
We're so on fire. You just had a birthday.
I did. I had a birthday, and I just wanted to talk about one thing that happened on my birthday, which was that actually it was the next day. My husband and son and I went to go play basketball at our local park, and we had done this once before, and it was fun. And it's not like we're really we play around the world or whatever, where you have to make shots from different places.
When you first said that, I thought you meant like you guys go around the world playing basketball.
Yeah. You've never heard of us?
Like you,
The Harlem Globetrotters?
like, you know, when we're in Paris, we play basketball.
Yeah.
When we're in Japan, we
it's
play
just a thing
basketball.
we do. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so fascinated.
We pack a ball.
Yeah.
It's hard to pack.
Well, you know, you pack it flat.
Pack it flat, and then we pump it up.
You take your pump.
So Oliver and I were playing one-on-one, and my ring finger and my middle finger just like I was trying to swat the ball away from him, I guess. And they just I know you're going to freak out.
Swatting a move?
Yeah, well,
A basketball move?
Well, stealing the ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Garen's going to faint. But I jammed my fingers in. And because...
Finger jam incident.
Because he's so, prone to being still.
Prone to stillness.
And I want him to...
That's his technique.
Yes. I wanted him to keep playing. So
Yeah.
I didn't stop. And we didn't have that much more to go. We were just playing till like 5 baskets or something. So I kept playing, and I just kind of avoided that hand. And then on the way home, I was like, oh, this hurts. Oh, okay. And then by the time I got home, I was like, oh, this doesn't really hurt so much. Then I washed my hands.
Yeah.
And that killed. It was so
That's when the pain
painful.
hit? Because I was like, wait, you just kept playing through the pain? I was really impressed.
It was my left hand, and I sort of just was avoiding using it, and I was mainly using my right hand. And so it was really painful, and I told Jimmy to look up what to do. I took an ibuprofen, and I iced it and held it above my chest, and then I was in the shower, and I was looking at it, and I was like, oh, I should take off my rings so I don't end up like Chris.
Oh, yeah.
So while it was all soapy, where all my hand was all soapy, it did hurt a little bit.
Okay.
But I got the rings off.
Nice.
And which was great because it did later. So I sent you pictures. It did swell up. It's still
swollen.
a little bit sore, but...
Yeah, the last thing you want is somebody with dental floss wrapped
I know.
around your
I was
finger.
like, oh, I am not doing this shit. I am not.
Oh, no.
So I was very glad that we had that episode, and I could learn how to survive.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Saving fingers one episode at a time.
Yeah, and one finger at a time.
I love it. That's a great story. Guess what happened to me this weekend?
What?
I had the very unusual experience. I don't know if this has ever happened, where both of my kids had sleepovers on the same night.
Oh.
Just randomly.
Okay. That's nice.
And I texted my husband and I was like, we can go out.
Wow.
And do whatever we want.
Isn't that exciting?
That never happens. It's usually like one has a sleepover and then it's like, well, you get all the attention from your parents.
Right.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
They get all of the attention. And we make it kind of their night. And it's like, well,
That's
you get to
sweet.
pick the movie and you get to pick the takeout and we do what you want. But they both, and they kind of planned it. It wasn't like we set up sleepovers for them.
Really?
Yeah. Benji was like, I really want to have a sleepover with Gael.
Aw.
And I was like, let me ask his mom, you know?
Oh.
And Alex was like, I am having a sleepover with Olivia. And I'm like, did you wait? Well, I have to check. I mean, you can't just decide.
Wow.
So I checked with all the parents and I was like, so my kids think they're having sleepovers at your house. Is this something that's okay? And I mean, we know them. It's not like just strangers. And so I was like, we can do whatever we want.
What did you do?
Well, we went and looked at fabric for couches.
Okay.
Sexy. But then we went out to dinner and it was really nice.
Oh, that's nice. Outside?
We went to Koreatown outside.
Okay. Koreatown.
We went to Koreatown. Wow. And had Korean barbecue. That's what he wanted to do.
Okay.
And then we came back and watched The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
Oh, yeah. Did you like it?
I did like it.
Did you like that she opened the Diet Coke with her nail file?
I lived for it.
Wasn't that great?
It was fascinating.
I love that little touch.
I liked just the opportunity to revisit somebody and see them in a different light.
You mean Tammy Faye, not Jessica Chastain?
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I've
No, because we were kids or young-ish, and we weren't really aware of exactly, they were just hillbillies, which they are hillbillies, I guess. But I mean, we didn't really know anything about it. But it was interesting to see, like, her being complicit, but like trying not to be complicit.
Yeah, but she didn't have to go to jail.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. I mean, I feel like she also really didn't know she didn't know the money stuff, but she was definitely profiting. I mean, that's a weird gray area, right?
Yeah, I'm watching The Righteous Gemstones right now, and it's, sort of similar territory, except it's, extremely broad. All right, should we get to the theme of the show?
Yeah, let's jump in.
Is it time for me to switch glasses? From my glasses where I can look at you to glasses where I can look at the page?
I do your Lois Lane magic. I don't know if Lois Lane switches glasses.
I don't know that she does, but I was going to let it go. Okay, so you know what we're discussing today, Chris? How to survive attacks from big cats.
I love it.
Basically, it's mountain lions, but here's the thing. I've looked this up before for probably writing on a game show or something. Sometimes I write on game shows. And cougars, pumas, and mountain lions are basically the same thing. It depends on what region you're in, what they're called, what you call them. But like in California, we call them mountain lions, but they're the same thing. So, according to the nonprofit Mountain Lion Foundation, which is devoted to protecting the cats and their habitats, mountain lions are generally found in 14 Western states. Because they are solitary and hard to spot, population estimates are difficult, though the foundation believes that there are fewer than 30,000 in the country. A mountain lion is one of the few predators that will deliberately stalk its victim.
That's what scares me.
It finds your phone number.
Yep.
It calls your mother and finds your phone number and tracks you down.
Knocks on your apartment door.
Knocks on your apartment door.
Yep.
And pretends that they have my car broke down.
Yep.
It's like, okay, at first you're like, okay. And then you're like, why does the mountain lion have a car?
Yep. How do they drive?
They're pretty fast. I don't think they really need a car.
Can their paws even reach the pedals?
Yeah. Can they steer a wheel? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't even know. How good is their vision? It feels like they'd be crashing into other cars along the way.
They have good vision.
I don't know.
So it determines...
He's shaking his head like, these
idiots.
two dummies. Now I can't stop thinking about a mountain lion driving a car, though.
It's like Toonses.
Yes.
That was one of my favorite SNL sketches of all time.
I loved that one so much.
Toonses can drive a car. Yeah, just not very well. If it determines if you are too young or don't remember, look up Toonses, the cat who could drive on SNL. With Victoria Jackson and Steve Martin.
Poor Victoria Jackson.
At least one of them. Oh, she's a fucking nutbag. If the mountain lion determines you are a viable prey, it will follow you until it finds the right moment to take you down.
Jeez.
Okay. So these active hunters typically travel alone and can cover significantly large areas up to 370 square miles. It is said that if you spot a cougar while on the trail, there's a good chance that the cougar wanted you to spot it.
I don't like
and that. And it's been hot on your trail for the past half hour.
Oh my gosh.
It is seriously, now it's like got a trench coat and it's like just watching you through bushes.
It's tipping its hat.
Yeah. Okay, don't freak out, but here's what we do know. Cougars very rarely attack people. In fact, cougars very rarely interact with people. We do know this, though. Cougars are more likely to go after loners than hikers in groups, and they're more prone to attack kids under 16 than adults.
This is why I don't like to hike alone,
Yeah.
even though I'm not under 16.
Right. No, you're not under 16, but you are alone.
Yes.
And also, like, are they going by height? Are they going by, like, beard growth?
Yeah,
Because
I mean-
some 16-year-olds don't look like 16-year-olds.
No,
How
I
are they?
mean-
Are they carding?
Yeah, and I dress like pretty youthful.
Oh, you think a cougar is going to mistake you for a 16-year-old? I was talking more like a 14 or 19-year-old who maybe doesn't. But you're thinking you. All right. Lessons learned. Hike in a group, especially when you've got little ones in tow. Okay, stay smart. Cougars are all-star stalkers. Which does not mean they stalk celebrities. Did I say starkers? All-star stalkers.
That's a mouthful.
That is. So is your head if a cougar gets you, by the way. That's what they go for, the neck and head.
Oh, gosh.
But you might be able to spot other signs that they are in the area. Keep your eyes peeled for cougar tracks. 4 toes and usually no claw prints since their claws are retractable. And droppings. And scan trees for fresh claw marks. If you see something that signals that a cougar might be in the area, consider making a U-turn before you encounter one face to face.
But how do I know the difference between a cougar dropping and like bear droppings?
Well, I would imagine they're smaller,
Okay.
but I guess it's if you see it with these other things.
Okay.
So, if you find a dead deer, especially if it's been covered up with dirt and sticks and such, stop and back away.
So not one with like an arrow through it.
No, right.
That's not.
No, you have to look out for hunters.
Yes.
Not cougars.
Oh, I've got a lot to keep track
this
of on this hike.
car-driving cougar can also throw a mean bow and arrow. I don't know. Because mountain lions will take a deer and throw some vegetation and dirt and rocks on top of it.
That's going to be me next.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they do that.
Maybe to protect it so that other animals don't get it.
I guess they go and because it says that and then they leave, so they must leave and get their
They're like, now I'm going to go get a person.
or I'm going to go get my babies,
Yeah.
bring them back to feed, but
Yeah.
I'm covering it up first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds right.
That's probably what it is. Prep your pets. Though cougars typically keep their distance from humans, the same cannot be said of household pets. Keep your pooch on a short leash at all times in cougar territory. If there's been a report of recent cougar sightings, best to leave your pup at home. Do you bring Sally with you on these sort of walks?
Yeah. I take her hiking. We have a trail close to my house that
Yeah.
has a sign posted at the entrance of the hike that's like, there are mountain lions here.
Right.
I've never seen one, but
Okay.
there are a lot of sightings in general where I live of mountain lions.
Yeah.
I mean, not like a lot, but enough that we
Right.
have them.
Yeah.
So, but she's just out in our yard, so I guess she could get eaten by a number of things anytime.
Yeah.
That's the risk she's taking.
Look, she chose to live
Yeah.
in a house on the hill.
She did.
Okay, don't be fooled by a baby cougar.
Okay, I won't.
Like, if you're thinking, Diego and his baby cute cougar, did your kids ever watch Go Diego Go?
Yes.
No, don't be fooled because odds are pretty slim that you'll encounter a baby cougar in the flesh. But if you do, back away. Don't be tempted to sneak closer for a photo op. Where there's a baby, there's a mama.
That's right, and she's going to be mad.
Yep, if she thinks you're a threat, she won't hesitate to protect her little one. Stay noisy. As with bear territory, it's a good idea to be noisy to avoid startling a cougar. Talk among your group, carry a bell. As you do.
a big cowbell. That's not going to be strange.
No, you want to walk through like you're calling out the dead in the times of the plague.
You know what I just realized? I always feel really old when I go on hikes because there'll be groups of young people and they tend to have radios now where they're blasting loud music.
Okay.
And I was like, why do they need to do this? This is nature.
Right.
But you know what? Maybe they're just protecting themselves against cougars.
Yes. Maybe it's a particularly noisy group. Maybe it's the art of noise. No one remembers the art of noise. Okay.
It sounds familiar.
I think they just did. Was it just? You don't know. What was it? Just instrumentals? I can't remember. It was a time where things like that happened. Okay. Carry a bell and get extra loud when the wind is blowing strong or around loud water. You know how loud like a creek can be or like a waterfall or something. It
Yes.
can be really loud. So they're saying like amp it up.
So anytime I see any kind of waterfall, I should just start yelling.
Yeah, it's like in The Quiet Place. Did you see The Quiet Place?
The first one, I didn't see the second one.
Well, The Quiet Place, he takes them to the waterfall because of the noise and starts talking, and the kid's freaking out. And then he's like, oh, no, we can talk here because of the... It's like,
The
why didn't you
noise.
bring the goddamn family there? Why is this the first time you're bringing your son? They should all be having regular meetings at the waterfall. It was so annoying. It was like he kept the secret to himself. Do you remember?
That guy... That guy's a loser.
He's a tall drink of waterfall is what he is. I like John Krasinski. I just didn't understand that one part. Okay. What if you do encounter a cougar / mountain lion?
Yes, tell us what to do.
Stop and stand tall. Do not run. According to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, running from a cougar could trigger
Trigger
warning, a chase and kill response from the big cats.
They're like that one bear.
The one bear?
Well, those one bears that...
Those one bears.
Those one bears that you can't outrun.
Yes, right. Those. The Mountain Lion Foundation reports that a cougar can reach 50 miles an hour in a sprint. That's why it doesn't need a car. Can bound up to 40 feet.
Like from the ground, he can jump...
Yes.
They can jump 40 feet?
Well, that's a good question. Oh, no. I think it means 40 feet across.
Wow.
No, that would be like an airplane. How does that doesn't
Maybe, okay, on a rock, up high, can bound like...
But it still, is that 40 feet?
That's like Evel Knievel.
There's no way that's what it means.
I want to see that cougar on a motorcycle with a helmet.
Okay, so he just Garen just got this. They can leap up to 40 feet horizontally.
That's insane.
That's like a Warner Brothers cartoon or something. Okay, well, and 15 feet up into a tree.
Wow.
Okay, try to appear larger than the cougar. Never take your eyes off the animal or turn your back. That's extremely important. Do not crouch down or try to hide. Be sure to talk to the cougar, speaking calmly and firmly.
Hi, don't eat me, please.
While creating more and more distance from the cat. Do not use high-pitched tones or high-pitched screams.
Okay.
So you
That's
want to
hard.
lower your voice.
Hey, we're friends.
Hey, what was that back there with the car?
Hey, you want to step back a little bit?
Hey, give us some room. If the animal displays aggressive behavior, if the animal displays aggressive behavior, shout, wave your arms, and throw rocks. Think of these as warning shots.
Okay.
It's not that you want to hit and injure the animal.
Okay.
You want to show that you can defend yourself and potentially injure.
Okay.
If the cougar attacks, stay on your feet. If you go down, you're in trouble. Fight back aggressively with anything you can get your hands on. Knife, club, backpack, rocks.
This is that have your backpack full of rocks thing again, right?
Yes. Gouge your fingers into the cat's eyes. Goo.
Poke those eyes out.
You want to do a Three Stooges right into the eyes. That seems scarier than anything else to me for some reason. I don't want to touch goopy eyes.
No.
I don't want to get so close that my hands are near his eyes.
I might just let it kill me.
I might just, yeah.
So I don't have to touch eyeballs.
Yeah. Fight for your life with as much violence as you can muster. This is like a Tarantino film. You've got to fucking kill that.
Oh, yeah. You got to just go for the blood.
Yes. You might want to hold on to one metallic or hard plastic water bottle in reserve. Like, don't throw this thing because you want to use it as a club.
Oh, yeah.
Or as
beat it.
Yes. Or as a weight in your
head.
backpack or fanny pack, which can be swung at the cat if it gets close enough. So you're just...
It might always be good to walk with a giant knife.
Yes.
Like a good stabby one.
Yeah. If we learned
in
anything
general.
from Station 11, it's to...
Oh, yeah.
walk
She had
with a
knives
giant-
everywhere.
Yeah. She got them on her... Oh, you didn't finish it. Oh, boy, Chris. Whew.
Yeah, no,
It was a
I
mess.
had to bail out.
You were... Yeah.
When
know.
she met up with the weird guy in the bus
Yeah.
who she had tried to kill, I was like, and he had all the little dirty children surrounding him, and they were like, "Come with us." I was like, "Goodbye."
I know. All right. If you do fall down, don't stop protecting your head and neck while you get back to your feet. Remember, the head and neck is what they go for. They've seen animals in the wild killed by mountain lions, and it's always their heads and necks that are punctured.
Okay, they know what to go for.
Yes.
They know your weak spot.
Carrying a backpack on your hike? Good. Spin it around to your chest to create body armor or to make a shield. What about hiking poles? Great. Now you have a sword or club. What about a guitar? You got a guitar? Bang it on the head.
How about a piccolo?
Shove it up the cougar's ass. I don't know. Yeah, what about a piccolo? What if you're just on a hike playing a piccolo?
What if?
What an asshole. Okay.
Pretentious.
All right, now I'm going to tell you a couple of stories. One
love it.
One ends poorly, one ends well.
Okay, which one's coming first?
The poorly one is coming first.
Good.
On May 19th, 2018, two mountain bikers in their early 30s were riding on a logging road some 30 miles from Seattle and just outside of North Bend, Washington, a small town in the foothills of the Cascade Mountains. Sounds beautiful,
Oh, I
right?
bet it's gorgeous.
I bet it's gorgeous. As they rode, they noticed a mountain lion.
Uh-oh.
It appeared to be stalking them.
It had on a trench coat, right?
It had on a trench coat. It had binoculars. It was leaving out like human food. Like, oh,
All the signs.
popcorn. All the signs. They stopped, yelled, and stood their ground. So they did what they were supposed to do.
Okay.
Until the 100-pound male ran away. By the books, it was the right thing to do. But then the lion did something unusual. It returned and pounced on one of the bikers, 31-year-old Isaac Setterbaum. It latched on Setterbaum's skull with its mouth, shaking him back and forth.
Oh, no. And he's on his bike at this time.
Well, I don't know if they got off. It said that they did everything they were supposed to do, so I'm guessing maybe they got off. I don't know. This predatory move is intended to snap the neck of the prey. Seeing this, the other biker, S.J. Brooks, 32, fled on foot.
Oh, no.
He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Oh, no.
When Brooks ran, the lion released Setterbaum and pursued Brooks instead.
Oh, boy.
That's what you get for turning on your friend.
I would never leave you.
Thank you. I would never leave you.
I would
take that piccolo and jam it against his head.
I would lift the bike I was on with super strength.
Yes.
And I would beat the hell out of that
Yeah,
mountain
you're
lion.
right. A bike would have been... Okay, so for Setterbaum, the first guy, bleeding from wounds on his head and neck, the attack had stopped, but it wasn't over yet. He saw the lion dragging Brooks into the woods. Grabbing his
horror
bike,
show.
he knew he had to find cell service. By the time he reached 911, the dispatch office... by the time he reached the 911 dispatch officer, it was too late. Officials later found the lion standing over Brooks's body amongst the brush and trees.
That's the second friend that he
Yes.
drug into the woods.
Yeah, the guy who fled.
Yeah, well.
So that's pretty scary.
Yeah. Did the
Okay.
first guy survive?
Yeah, he survived. He survived. Okay, here's a different story. This is from 2020. So this guy, Kyle Burgess, was on a 2-mile run in Slate Canyon in Utah.
Okay. Bet that was also really pretty.
Yes, I bet it was. He saw 4 small animals scampering around on the trail ahead, and he didn't realize what they were at first.
Oh.
Thinking they were bobcats. He had seen them before, so he thought
Yeah.
they were bobcats.
Yeah.
He pulled out his phone and started recording them.
Aw, dum-dum.
Yeah. Seconds later, when their mother came into view,
Ooh.
it dawned on him that he was in big trouble. They were mountain lion cubs, and their mother was going to protect them at all costs.
Yeah, she was.
The instant the full-grown mountain lion mother charged him, Burgess's adrenaline fired up. He let out a stream of profanities while he backed away. The cougar dove into the trees along the side of the trail as if to flank him. I mean, they're smart mother effers.
Yeah.
She reappeared on the trail, her eyes locked on him. See, they do have good vision. She followed him as
They
he...
can drive a car.
Yes! She followed him... I mean, not stick.
Oh,
Like,
well.
don't get ridiculous, but... She followed him as he retreated backward. What came next was the longest 6 minutes of Burgess's life. The 26-year-old from Orem did everything he could think of to ward the mother off. He knew not to turn his back on her, which we said.
Yes.
He knew to back away.
Yes.
Which we
Backwards
said.
walking.
Yes, but not too fast.
Slow backward walking.
Yes. He cursed, yelled, growled, and grunted while she continued to follow him, flashing her teeth at him, her ears pinned, her tail swishing.
Oh,
Go,
that's
go,
so
go,
scary.
Burgess yells at her a minute into the video recorded encounter. Burgess said every time he took his eyes off her or tried to stoop down for a rock to throw at her, the mountain lion lunged at him, hissing. Remember about the stooping down. With each pounce, her front paws and claws flared. Her powerful hind legs kicked up dust and gravel. No, Burgess screams at her. Go away. I'm big and scary.
Nice.
I know. She keeps following him. You're good, Burgess yells. You're a good little kitty. Now slow, nice and slow. Come on. He pleads with her to turn back and go get your babies.
Yeah.
He's deferring to her sense of motherly
duty.
responsibility.
Yeah.
It seems to never end. She lunges at him several more times. Okay, this is when I fucking die, he says. Come on, dude. I don't feel like dying today. But Burgess, who recounted the terrifying encounter to reporters at the mouth of Slate Canyon on Monday, got away without a scratch. After those 6 minutes of terror and pure adrenaline, Burgess was finally able to pick up a rock and hurl it at the mountain lion. So exactly what they said.
Okay.
It nailed her, and that's when she took off running back down the trail. Wow, that just happened, Burgess recalled thinking after she finally took off. Honestly, right now, it feels like a dream. My emotions were a jumbled mess, he said. So it was kind of like, okay, well, this is going to go one of two ways. What's the outcome going to be? Okay, so I watched the video because he videoed the whole thing.
I think I saw this too.
Oh,
it
did
was
you?
a while back, and it was so terrifying.
Yeah.
To see her keep lunging, right?
Okay, so
Yeah.
yes. So you don't see the babies on the video, but so he's filming it, and he's like a young guy, so he just keeps calling her dude, which is hysterical.
Yes.
And I wrote down some of the things he says. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Get the fuck away. What's up, dude? Dude, you're scary. You're a fucking scary kitty cat. This is scary. This is not fun. Those are some of the things he says. But while he's backing up, you know, she's just following him, and like when you watch on the video,
Yeah.
the cougar is stalking him, but then every once in a while she'll just flies up in the air. All four limbs like go out, and it's scary.
Oh, God.
It is scary. I mean, she's not going 40 feet across and 15 feet up, but it's crazy. And the guy, I mean, he did everything right. It's really, you should watch it out. We'll put a link to the video
Yes.
on when this
Instagram and Facebook and
because
all places.
it's really
It's
wild.
amazing.
It's crazy. I mean, the fact that he's even filming it while it's happening.
That's also amazing.
But-
Like, that he had the wherewithal. I feel like I would have just been like, and thrown my phone like an idiot. I would have
or
tried
thrown
to
the phone at
the cat.
would actually not be a bad idea, but he probably just wasn't thinking that.
You know what it makes me think? I wish I had that power
Which power?
of the cat.
Oh, the
You know what I
power
mean?
of the cat.
Like just
to stalk,
just to be like
protect your babies.
Yeah, if somebody was like, you just said something weird to me at the like grocery store when I was putting the cart away, that was just like,
Yeah.
you know, you should keep an eye on your kids. Better. You know those people that always feel like they have to say shit
Yeah.
to you, and I'd be like, wow. You know, and I just have these
Yeah.
giant claws pop
Yes.
out and like big like muscles and just
Yes, and then dust like flies up around you.
yes,
Yeah, that's really cool.
that would be amazing.
I just remember the thing about Matt Belknap said on Never Not Funny that he saw a mountain lion when
Yeah.
he was biking, and I didn't realize like how big of a deal that is. I didn't realize they're so rare, they're so dangerous, and that like they don't want you to see them.
Yes.
So in this story with the 24-year-old guy, after the mountain lion ran away, he came upon two other hikers, and he said, "Did you guys see a mountain lion?" And they were like, "Ha ha ha!" And he was like, "No, seriously."
Yeah, it's not a joke.
And then he showed them the video, and like they couldn't believe it. And I think he like waited a half an hour and then went around the other way because he was like not going to encounter this mountain lion again.
Oh, because he had to go.
He had to go back.
He still had to leave
Yeah,
and
yeah,
get
yeah.
out of the
Yeah.
wherever he was hiking.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's really scary.
I know, it's crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you know, be big,
Be big, yeah.
be in a group, be loud, and you know, worst comes to worst, throw shit at. You're right. He should have thrown the phone because he wouldn't have had to bend down to throw the phone. But I
Yeah.
bet he just didn't think of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know how you'll react.
Yes.
Because it's even when you were saying like don't scream in a loud pitched voice.
High pitched voice.
Or high, it's like I'd like to think I would go into my like
Right.
slow stand up voice and just be like, hey, you know, like deep and
Yeah.
slow. And it's like you don't, when that adrenaline hits you in
I
these
know.
situations, you just don't know how
Yeah.
you're going to react.
I know.
Like what if
Well-
you just start screaming at the top of your lungs?
Just in a high Minnie Mouse voice. It's crazy.
I mean, you've given us some really good information.
Right?
For anybody who lives in the 14 Western states.
Yeah.
And-
or visiting those 14 Western states.
Don't be a dummy.
Yeah, don't be a dum-dum. So we are going to come back in a second with a very special guest, Mike Henry,
Yeah.
who we adore. We both are friends with him.
Yep.
He provided some help, a lot of help with
our theme
song.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
Welcome back to How to Survive with Danielle and Kristine. Danielle, how was your break?
It was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Took off a sweater, put a sweater back on. That was about it. You?
That sounds exciting. I looked at my phone.
Yeah.
And a lot has happened.
Yep.
I'm going to get to that later.
Okay.
But for now, I'm really excited because we have our guest here, a Mr.
Yes.
Mike Henry. You might know him from this last season of AFV's Animal Edition. Did I say that right, Mike?
That's
America's
right.
Funniest Home Video, Animal Edition.
Which
he wrote on it.
Is exciting because I think that's the most exciting version of the show.
It is. That's what I thought before I got there. Confirmed.
Confirmed?
They
It is
put
the
me
most.
in a room
Yes.
and I watched clips of animals being cute and funny
Okay, that's not a bad job.
every day.
That is
That is
the
not a bad
dream.
job.
What's the ratio of cats versus dogs?
Oh, that's a good question. There's definitely more cats. There's
Well,
a
because
lot of
cats knock shit over and they're
Yeah.
evil.
They're crazy.
They do really, really shitty things.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
And yeah, I know.
You know, I sent Mike a video.
You did?
Yeah, I was like, maybe this could be on your show. And he goes, actually, that's kind of sad.
Oh no, what was
Wait,
it?
what was it?
It was Benjamin when he was a toddler.
Oh, yeah.
And with a dead bird that he was trying to bring back to life by putting seeds in its mouth. And he was like shaking it to get the seeds to go down into it.
What is wrong with you that you thought they would put that on television?
I thought it was cute.
It's horrifying.
And he was, and Benji was singing a little song. It's very cute.
It's cute, but I mean,
I think it's maybe mother's love. I don't know.
he's choking the already dead
From my
bird.
perspective, I thought it was cute and funny. And I think from his perspective, he was like, this is grim and weird.
If
Yes.
they ever do an AFV on Shudder, we can do that.
Well,
Perfect.
speaking of animals, we just talked about how to survive a big cat attack, and now we're going to talk about adopting a
little
kitten.
cat.
Yes,
That's
how to
right.
survive that.
Yeah. Which is, I thought, after I talked to you about it, I was like, this says a lot about my coping skills.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My How to Survive is about a kitten. Okay. All right.
The kitten took you down.
But yeah. Well, it turns out it was 2 kittens. I had moved into a new place.
Okay.
I was working with this old Hawaiian woman at the time.
Okay.
I don't know why
Cutting a
Hawaiian's
pineapple?
important, but she had like a vibe, like an island vibe.
Working with. She smelled like cocoa butter.
She did.
What were you doing?
It was like a volunteer thing, but
Okay.
we would work together sometimes, and I told her I'm thinking about getting a cat. I had a 1-bedroom place.
This was before you were married, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was Chris saw the place, so she can confirm this. It was almost literally under the 405.
Oh God.
There was a lot of
It was not
noise.
A nice place.
Oh wow.
It was not a nice place.
Was it an apartment or just like a
No, it was
room in
it
someone's
was-
house?
No, it was an apartment,
Okay.
1-bedroom place. And I was like, I'm gonna get a cat, and the old Hawaiian woman went 2. And I was like, it's kind of a small place. I don't
Yeah.
think. And she was like, you're gonna get 2 cats. And I was like, all right. So
This is like when people immediately tell you to have another baby after you've had a baby.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm good. It's all right.
sorry for that loud noise.
Yeah, we're here about quiet noises.
Yeah.
That's our, I don't know if you know, that's one of our catchphrases. Quiet noises.
All right. So about a week or 2 later, I was watching Saturday Night Live. I remember, in my house, and I hear and it sounded like a bird in the house. It was really loud. And I was like, what the hell is that? I finally looked out the front door, and there was a tiny, tiny little kitten at the bottom of my front steps.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh my God, a cat came to me.
Was it in a basket with a note that said, please take care of the kitten?
With a stack of wet food. No.
Yeah.
No, it's a little mini guy.
Oh.
And I looked around to see if there were other ones. And in the bushes, there was another kitten.
Wow.
And so they were really small. Like their eyes had probably just opened.
Whoa.
And I put them in a box. They had fleas all over them.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
And I took them to a shelter in West LA. And they said, "Oh, thanks for bringing them in. These cats have to go to foster care before anyone can adopt them. But if you were thinking of adopting them, you can get first dibs." Or they call it something else, like first choice.
So if you were going to adopt them anyway, why did you bring them to an animal shelter? Just to get them cleaned up or something?
Well, I didn't plan on adopting them when I got them.
Oh, okay.
They were just saying that to anyone who brings them in.
Oh, I know, but you had said you were looking for a cat.
Well, I was looking for one cat. And
Oh, okay.
I was for sure going to go to a shelter and get like an older cat.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha.
Sorry, I left that
okay.
out. But I had no interest in getting a kitten.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I brought it to the shelter and they said, "All right, you've got first dibs." And I
Right.
was like, "Okay, I don't really think I want kittens, but
Right.
thank you for the first dibs." And they went to foster care and they gave me a number and they said, "You can check in and just see how they're doing."
And you're like, I want to be done with this.
Yeah,
I just
and-
want to
I
wash my
did
hands.
my due diligence.
I did, and I was like, "All right, I'll call and just see how those kitties are." And I called up, and the woman said, "What cats are these?" And I said, "I brought them in like a couple weeks ago." And she goes, "They're not your cats. You just dropped them off." And I was like, I know. I'm just checking. They told me to check in. I can check in on them. She's like, "Yeah, but you didn't adopt them." And I was like, "What is happening? I'm just seeing how they are." She
Kramer
goes,
versus
"Stop
Kramer?
yelling
What's
at
happening?
me."
She goes, did you get first dibs? And I'm like, "Yeah."
I also
And she
called
goes,
shotgun. What's
"Yeah, exactly."
happening here?
And I was like, "I did get first dibs." And now I'm like adamant about it. Like, "Yeah, you gave me first dibs. Don't tell me I didn't." And she goes, "Well, if they get through foster care and they're okay, then if you have first dibs, you can be the one who adopt." And I was like, "I want those fucking cats." In my head, I was just
You're
like,
getting
"They're mine."
So now you're going to adopt out of spite.
So now, yeah. So they gave me the foster
spite adoption.
The
Yeah.
foster care people, their number. And I called them up. I was like, "Oh, they gave me your number. How are they doing?" "They're doing great. You're gonna love them."
Oh,
And I was like, "I guess I got these kittens."
oh my God.
So I did. I adopted them. They were like 2 months old at that point, maybe, because they stayed there for a while. But they were still tiny, and I brought them home. The second I bring them home, one of them, I named them Frank and Dave after my dad and his brother, because they were
Aw.
brothers. And the second I got them home, Frank goes under the dishwasher, like a space like that.
The
like an
dishwasher?
Inch. Yeah, like there's like an inch space.
Yeah.
And I was like, "He's going to die under there. I just killed
Yeah.
a kitten. Like, he's been here for 10 minutes.
Oh my God. And you can't do dishes for a while.
Yeah. So I had to I can't even remember what I did. I think there was like a panel I could take off, and I was like reaching in. I got him out. They started like immediately climbing the drapes, like anything they could. And I was just like, "Oh my God."
Was that when you realized you shouldn't have drapes?
That's when I got the blinds. So yeah, I was dealing with that. I was kind of like, reading aloud and stuff. Like, "Oh, hey, they need this. They need a bed." Because they had like a litter box and stuff.
Okay.
I went out and I got them a bed. They look at it and it was just like, "Oh, okay, that's a toilet." Like I could tell the things were gone. And the next day, I threw it away. It was just completely ruined.
Okay, I've never had cats because, as it is well documented on the show, more than one cat freaks me out, and I think they're rodents. So, how do you potty train a cat?
Well, here's the thing.
Did you know how to do any of this?
No, what the foster people said, we trained them to use a litter box.
Okay.
And so they gave me the same kind of litter box, same litter. Just
Yeah.
put it here, and it was there. And they would go and check it out, but they did not seem to know.
Okay, so this was a big scam. They just want to get rid of these
I
cats.
think it was a scam.
Yeah, they didn't know how to use the litter box.
Yeah. And so, but I just left it there. I didn't know what to do. Like,
Yeah.
do I put their food in there? I don't know. Do I trick them? I don't know. Do I set them down in it? But
Don't shit where you eat.
They did figure it out. They
Okay.
eventually, learned on their trial and error, I guess.
So you didn't get down and squat into the.
You didn't have to show them.
You didn't have to
didn't-
show them.
Well, I didn't think we would talk about it here, but okay,
Oh.
let's bring it up.
Okay.
No, I didn't have to do any of that. They
They did figure it
worked
out.
yeah.
Okay.
But you know, they found new creative ways of destroying things for it must have been like the first 6 or 8 months or so, where it was like every day I had this white couch. One of them in the middle of the night, like slashed the back. Like it looked like he had like a machete.
Jesus.
There was like a straight line. And I got up
Like
and I
a
was
warning.
like, "Holy shit!" And they were both sleeping inside there. Like,
Ew. See, they're fucking weird.
Yeah.
They burrowed.
Yeah.
They burrowed, Chris. They
Yeah.
burrowed.
yeah. What was that called? Terminal burrowing?
Yeah.
Yes. That's what they did. Don't tell me that's not freaky, that your animals are hiding from you in your furniture.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
I should have mentioned I tried to freeze them to death every night. So.
Yeah.
No, what else they did?
They slept in the freezer.
They this is dated, but Netflix used to come in envelopes.
Yeah.
You know.
The red envelope.
Yeah. They used to eat those.
The whole,
So
like,
I would end
they
up
eat
like getting a new envelope from the post office and write Netflix. So I'd send it back in a different envelope. 'Cause they would eat.
Oh my God.
I mean, they ate a lot of my mail, but they really like those Netflix envelopes.
It's because of the sticky stuff.
Yeah, the glue.
The glue.
That was the part they would eat.
Yeah.
They probably got high from it.
Maybe. I
Were
hope
these
so.
tabbies by any chance?
They were. I was told they were Maine Coon cats.
I don't know what any of that means, but okay.
They were like big.
They weren't
fluffy-
orange.
No, they weren't orange. They're like brown and black and white kind of combo.
All right. And did you grow up with cats?
I did. I had a cat growing up.
So, but was this still very unexpected and strange?
Yeah, because the cat I grew up with was definitely, it was just a thing in our house.
Yeah.
It didn't want to socialize with us
Right.
and stuff. We'd pet it, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't like sit on.
Was it
anyone's lap.
taxidermied? Is that why? Did you not really understand what's going on?
It was my father's cat growing up.
Oh,
so he
okay,
just
got it. You put your hat on it, roller skates.
little Santa costume in
Yeah.
December. They one of the worst things they did is Dave. I knew it was Dave because I caught him doing this.
Okay.
He was going into the bathroom at night and biting off pieces of the shower curtain, like little pieces of plastic or whatever it's made of.
Yeah.
And I woke up one morning and there was it must have I figured out now how I can eat it. And it was like a big semicircle of the corner was completely gone. And I was like, what did you do? And then he
Jesus.
threw it up later.
I'm starting to think maybe these cats just wanted you to redecorate.
Yeah, they
Like-
didn't like your taste.
They didn't like the white couch.
They didn't like the couch.
I mean, come
who
on.
wants?
Yeah.
you
But when I
can't blame
moved to
them.
where I moved now, and they got, I've left out a very important thing. They also ate carpet. They didn't pull up carpet. They ate it, and a lot of this stuff I knew about because they would throw it up, and I'd be like, oh, there it is. But the edge of the carpet all around this apartment.
Here's my iPod.
I tried to cover it with stuff, and
Oh my
nope,
God,
if they
this
could
is a
get any
nightmare.
edge.
You didn't get your security deposit back.
No, I sure didn't.
So I just,
Oh man, I didn't.
they should have chipped in.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally.
So I just had dinner with friend of the show, Alex Alexander, who you know.
Oh, yeah.
And she was telling me that her cat had, because I was like, oh, is that the cat that used to eat plastic? And she explained that because it was feral, it ate all this weird stuff. And I was like, oh, that makes sense because you adopted it. But these were little babies when you got them. So it's just
it might be
human, not human, cat nature.
Yeah, well, it
feline
might be
nature.
feral cat nature because the reason they were there is they were trapping feral cats in my neighborhood. I found that out later. But
The reason who was there?
the kittens showed up on my front doorstep. Is
Yeah.
they were going around trapping cats in because there was a ton of feral cats in that neighborhood.
Oh, and so the cats had run away.
So they had obviously, or not obviously, but it seems like their mother got captured.
Oh,
and they were just
gotcha.
Wouldn't
left in
those
there.
cats? It doesn't. Okay, maybe I don't understand what feral means. Doesn't the feral nature mean they grew up outside? And wouldn't these cats being
Well, I'm just saying they were born to
Yeah.
a feral mother, so they might have
inherited
feral cat
her
instincts,
feral
yeah.
DNA
Right.
because of
Or
I am,
maybe saw her doing, eating everything that moved and didn't move, and that hung from a shower.
Well, I am reading that book about how we inherit our trauma from
Yes.
our genetic that's not the generational trauma. The idea that, you know, you don't just get trauma from learning or even through DNA, but through generations of trauma.
Sure.
So maybe those cats inherited generations of trauma from their feral grandparents even.
Yes.
And
yes. And then just decided, well, shower curtain looks as good as anything else.
I'll eat whatever.
But why would you even want to eat a shower? Like the envelope has the sticky stuff on it. But
Yeah, I get a buzz from that. I'm getting maybe plastic. You know,
there's something about plastic that cats like. It's weird.
It has that smell, you know, that like really strong...
that chemical smell.
Yeah, like
were
like
you
a pool
buying
toy?
the plastic that had the BPA in it, not the?
Oh yeah, this was a long time ago.
He
so
was
maybe-
buying
Oh, I
those
don't
cheap
know.
Yeah.
plastic. You know, he was buying the
sure,
cheapest
yeah.
version.
Yeah, that's what the cats like.
And they were like, "I'm going to get so high from this."
I didn't think anyone was going to eat it, so that was...
and then the carpet.
Yeah, the carpet was very...
That's so fucking weird.
That's like, you know, what's that thing people get where they eat chalk and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh, like,
yeah.
It's called pica, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
But that's
Yeah, the
is that
cat
to replace
version.
a vitamin or something that you have deficient inside you?
It might be. Yeah, I think it also might be like some kind of
Psychological
disorder,
Yeah,
like psychological disorder.
Yeah.
That's
So and
again trauma.
I mean, that was all they ate. Should I have fed them?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
wait a second, the pieces are starting to make sense now. Okay, so then what happened to?
Oh yeah, so I moved into my new place. All went away, and I was like, oh, they hated that apartment.
Oh, they knew it was a
They
sad,
really did,
sad
yeah.
apartment under the 405.
Yeah, they were like, "We want you to move. This area is depressing."
"Is that true?" They just
100%.
they just stopped all the weird behavior.
Yeah.
Well, were
they had
there-
a bigger place to like move around in. At that old place, there was. This is horrible to even say, but there really wasn't like a window that you could just straight out look out of.
What?
It was like bushes in front of the windows. Or, like, there was no like good.
Oh wow!
And they would just sit in their own windows and just be like, "Oh
I have
my
a question.
God."
Did you also eat shower curtains when you lived in that apartment? Were you also chewing on carpet?
I'm not eat. Define eat, because like the flavor.
I think what she's asking is this a Fight Club situation where really it was you all along eating the carpet and eating the plastic, and these cats don't really exist except for in your head?
I think it was now.
So are they still with us, Frank and Dave?
They have passed.
Oh.
But I can tell you how to ensure it doesn't happen to you. That's sort of like surviving.
Yes.
Go to a shelter and ask for an older cat. No, that's what I did now this year. This time though, we have a new cat,
Okay.
and we said, because I have a kid now, and she was 5 at the time, and we said we need a cat that a 5-year-old
Yes.
is going to pick up, and they were like, take this cat, and it's basically like a stuffed animal. You can put it anywhere. She moves it to her room, and it's very chill.
How old is this cat?
He's going to be 2 in April.
Oh, that's not an old cat.
No.
but you didn't get a kid.
We got him when he was old. Like, we've only had him for like a year or so.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
What's this cat's name?
Peaches.
Peaches.
Aw,
Did your daughter
Peaches.
name Peaches?
did.
Oh. After
Yeah.
the Presidents of the United States song?
Yeah, she's big into them. She's
Yep.
in the whole Seattle non-grunge scene.
Yeah.
She's got good taste.
See, I will never adopt cats. I just don't. You know, we have a lot of feral cats who like come into our backyard all the time, and I keep saying to Jenny, like, aren't we supposed to do something? Aren't we supposed to rescue them and bring them somewhere? What are we supposed to do? What are you supposed
There's
to
a
do?
number you can call.
I know, but he's just like,
Yeah, you
no,
can
they're
call and,
fine.
like, get someone to come trap them.
But do I want to do that? Is that better for them, or is it better for them to just live on their own? It's better.
I think it depends. Like, in some places, they'll trap them, neuter them, and re-release them.
Neutering them is good because then they
Which is good.
stop.
But some places are just like, you got too many feral cats, and they're just gonna.
It depends on your shelter's policies.
Okay.
your local
So you
shelter.
can bring them to a place. I mean, I'm scared to death to try to trap a cat. You know,
Yeah,
I just,
you don't have to. I think they'll do it. But maybe you can look up your local shelter.
Yeah, I just
and
want to trap
check.
them, neuter them, and send them back on their
Yeah.
way because they seem to survive somehow. I don't know how. Guess they eat mice or something.
Yeah,
but-
they do something interesting. In our local shelter, you can adopt feral cats that just come and live on your different properties as mousers. But they're
okay.
not meant to be pets. Like
Oh,
a lot of people want them for like their farms or places where they have a lot of land, or I mean, we could even have them on our property probably because
Yeah.
we have a lot of problems with like rats
Yeah.
on our property. We can't because of Sally because she would lose her mind, but
Yeah, right.
Those are cats you can adopt from shelters that are.
Oh, so they'll give you like a neutered feral
Yeah,
cat.
and
that's a
then
good call.
and they get to live on, they'll live in people's barns or in their out buildings. Like it could be a business that's on a property, and
Right.
you just feed them, and they're not meant to be
Yeah.
really interacting. They don't want to interact with humans, but they're like, I'm here to take care of the rats. I think that's a pretty cool policy.
And then, this is going to sound so gross. It is gross. Do they eat the rats, or is it just about the killing?
I don't really know the answer to that question. I know they do like to bring back a lot of dead
Right, for you.
rodents.
They bring back birds and rodents because maybe that's how that bird died that your son was trying to bring back to life.
a hawk could have gotten it as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
We
guys.
are going to do something rare in which we're going to bring you back after this break because you are involved in a letter we received.
Yeah.
So
This is
can you
thrilling.
stick around for
I
a
sure
minute?
can.
First time we've ever done this.
All right, we will be right back.
All right.
Welcome back to How to Survive with Danielle and Kristine. We are going to learn what we learned this week.
Rolls right off the tongue.
The International Pardo Koenig Traveling Basketball Extravaganza is coming to a local park near you. Saving fingers one episode at a time.
That's us.
Can't thank you enough. Cougars, pumas, and mountain lions are basically the same thing, just called different things depending on where you live. Mountain lions are stalkers. You will need to change your phone number. All-Star Stalkers coming to NBC this summer.
Can't wait for that show.
Once they have eaten their fill, cougars will cover their prey with grass, leaves, and other material to protect it from spoiling and from being eaten by other animals. Oh, that's what you found out, Karen. Okay. So I guess it's like Tupperware.
Yeah.
They're going to come back later.
Nature's Tupperware.
Nature's Tupperware, leaves and grass.
Yeah.
Got it. If you do run into a cougar, be big, stay noisy, don't forget your bell.
Gonna get that cowbell.
Okay, so Art of Noise was a mostly instrumental English avant-garde synth pop group. So I was on the right track.
Pass.
Do not run. This will trigger a chase and kill response. Speak calmly to the cougar. If attacked, fight violently with anything you can grab. Karen suggests the bell.
Oh, that's a great
I think
idea.
it's a really good. And then you can say you rung his bell.
Oh my God.
And you rung your own bell.
I love it.
Okay. Words that may or may not fend off a cougar. Not fun. Oh, fuck, dude.
Not fun.
This is not fun. Kittens can terminally burrow.
It shakes up my spine.
Check your local SPCA, Humane Society, or animal shelter for info on feral cats. Feral cats typically do not eat rats. When the cats are introduced to a new area, they will occasionally kill them when they arrive. Their presence becomes a deterrent. Oh, so it's like they
Nice.
squat in the neighborhood and
Yep.
then they just get rid of.
And then the rats are like, we gotta move.
Yeah, we get the idea. Oh, yeah.
We're leaving.
Yeah, it's rodent flight.
There goes the name of it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Chris, what do you have for us?
I have an email from a listener that I'm excited to share. Her name is Renee. She says, love the show and theme song.
Ah,
Hey there, Danielle and Kristine and Garden Squirrel Garen. If you ever wanted to lose that nickname, I'm sorry. It's not going
Nope.
anywhere. Just wanted to say the show is really fun. You guys are hilarious.
Aw.
Thanks, Renee. Also, I just love the theme song. It's very catchy and those lyrics are great.
yes.
Is that you two singing or who? It's awesome. Wishing you tons of success and happy holidays, because this was from a little bit ago. But we wanted to wait and read it when Mike Henry was here because he is connected to the theme song. First of all, let's answer her questions. It is us singing.
It is. Is there a filter on our voices, Mike?
There's nothing on your voice.
Nothing on our filter.
We just
Like
sound
reverb or something
we
like
just
that.
sound that good, Danielle.
All right. Well, I was getting confused. I didn't know. So why don't you tell Chris the story of the theme song?
Okay. Well, I wrote it. We needed a theme song.
Yeah.
We were looking for music. We
Right.
were not having success finding anything that we really liked. You know, we were looking at, those websites that have free
Yeah.
music, and we kind of weren't hitting it tonally.
Yeah.
And for some reason, one night when I couldn't sleep, instead of thinking up stand-up jokes, which is what I usually do when I can't sleep, that I'll never use, I just was kind of kicking words around in my head. And I was like, maybe that could be a song. Maybe that could be something. And I was kind of humming it the next day along with some weird tune. And I thought, you know what? I should just sing this into my phone and send it to Mike Henry, who is also a magician? A musician. And
is this your card?
So I did this in my bathroom. It was very bad. And I sent it to him and I was like, hey, could we do something with this? And he was like, absolutely. We totally can do something with this.
And what did Alex say?
Oh, yes. My daughter, I told her, I was like, I wrote a song today. I was so proud of myself. And so she was like, let me hear it. She's 9. And so I played it for her. She goes, you didn't send this to anybody, did you? And I said, well, yeah. I mean, I sent it to Mike Henry. She goes, do not send this to anyone else. She's like, I love you, but this is mom. This is really, like, she was embarrassed for me.
But it's pretty much how the song turned out. Like the melody and the words. It's what you did on that demo.
Well,
what you said, I recorded a demo. That's what she said.
She passed it out in the parking lot at CVS.
At Ralph's, I was passing it out. So then, I said to Danielle, hey, do you want to try this? I mean, if we hate it, we can still use something we find on the internet and put something together. But why don't we just try it?
And I was like, okay, this is probably going to be you and Mike singing because I really can't sing, but I will 100% try. So we came to your house and you have this little room off the house.
My recording studio?
Your recording studio. I'm sorry, your recording studio.
I mean, let's call it what it is.
Yes. What is it actually?
It is actually
a shed?
It's my laundry room.
Oh, it's your laundry room.
But I hung quilts up on the walls.
It was... Yeah, you did. It was pretty impressive.
Nice. It was all soundproof.
Yeah.
I tried to do it as pro as possible.
Could do a load of whites while you're recording.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then one at a time we sang each line and it was fun.
And then
it was fun.
It was really fun. I had a good time. And Mike then put some cool rock and roll riffs on it with his guitar.
That's me rocking out on that song.
Yeah, you really rocked it.
No singing. It's just you guys singing.
Yeah.
It's me rocking.
And then is the rest of the music, it's embarrassing, I don't even know this, but is it just like computer, like music in your...
She's like, I don't know. I'm trying to ask a question.
Like a pre-recorded drum track or something? Like,
I don't know anything about
it. Not pre-recorded, but did you create it in a did you create it in a program on your computer?
I did it in GarageBand.
Like GarageBand, yes. Okay.
Band, yeah.
Yes, okay. So the guitar, is you actually playing the guitar?
The guitar and there's like a keyboard going ding, ding, ding.
Yes, yeah.
That's me. And like I think there's a drum loop that it was on.
And that's from the GarageBand. Okay. All right.
Oh, and a bunch of those sound effects.
Yes, yeah. All the sound effects and the siren and everything. That's so cool.
Someone, another listener had said, I love the song, except every time I hear the sirens, I get scared that there are sirens behind me. And I was like, oh.
That keeps you on your toes, man.
Yeah,
that's right.
Is that okay? Are we going to put anyone in danger? But I think it's okay.
Yeah. How to Survive our theme song.
Well, I think people are surviving it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think we should do an acoustic version.
Well, we do need to talk to you about getting some version of it for the end of the episode.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We need if you have
no
something without
version.
vocals, yeah. Well, that should probably be off air. But
no,
anyway.
No, let's do it here. I like it here. Anyway, that's the origin story.
That's the behind the scenes.
This is our VH1 behind the music.
Behind the music of the music.
When we go on tour, you prepared to go with us to do our...
Of course.
Play guitar.
But then... Nirvana wiped them off the charts.
Oh my God, I love it. The whole face of music changed.
That is what I'm hoping for.
Yep.
All right. Well, this has been really fun. It's been a treat having you here.
Yes.
My pleasure.
It's so
nice. You got my new favorite podcast.
Oh,
thank you so much.
I was just thinking it's pretty cool to hear what we learned before you hear the episode.
Yeah.
Like
right, because you didn't hear what we were talking about, so you don't know what we learned or if we learned it at all.
Garen's hitting a cat with a cowbell? I have to listen to it.
It's going to be a surprise.
Well, thank you guys so much. As always, reach out to us. Let us know how you're doing, how you're enjoying the show, if you have a similar story, and we will eventually get to all of them. So thanks so much.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. We'd love to hear from you on the social media at Pod How to Survive on Twitter and Instagram. And also, you can send us an email, podcasthowtosurvive@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your survival stories or just say hello. All right. Talk to you later.